Hello again, Dominic Trophy, and welcome to another video. And this one's going to be something video game related. But before I start, I just want to say, hope you all had a good weekend. I know there was no video on Saturday because obviously I was busy with family and everything on Sunday. But I hope you all had a good weekend, and hope your week is going well so far. So I just want to say, hope you look forward and enjoy this video. So anyway, this is going to be something video game related, and it's actually going to be about a handheld by Nintendo, the DSi. Now, for those that don't know what this is, basically the DSi is a more powerful, upgraded Nintendo DS that has a built-in camera. Now, this came out in late 2008, November 2008 for Japan, and April 2009 for the rest of the world. And the way it looks like a DS Lite. You know what I mean? The way obviously it looks obviously it's a little bit thinner, but it looks like a DS Lite. And I think the design of it is really, really nice. It's quite comfy in the hands, just fits well, and it's stylish. I think the look of it is nice. Obviously, this is the blue one. Now the thing with the DSi is it plays most of the DS library. It's basically backwards compatible, and obviously it plays. This is for example GoldenEye 007. You know, the DS game. It plays perfectly, which is a nice thing. But it also has its own library of DSi only games. Now this one is called Face Training, which was like an exercise game for your face. And there's only 4, I think even 5, physical DSi only games ever made. Most of them were released digitally. And with these, they took advantage of the DSi hardware, and which made it a lot more exclusive to it, but may have enticed a lot of people. And that's what they did. And you also have the digital library on the DSi. But DS games basically play the same way as on the DS Lite, or even the original DS. Now, obviously you've got the camera there. On the bottom, you've got the headphone jack. On the side, you've got the the SD card slot, the full-size SD card slot, the stylus. On the back of it, you've got the L and R buttons. A place like a wrist strap if you want to put that on there. The game card slot and the AC power port. On that side, you've got the volume buttons. So you have. And that's pretty much it, really. So it is. Yeah, just another look there. And yeah, that's the thing about it. Another thing that kind of made this handheld a little bit different is, unlike the previous handhelds that Nintendo made, which were region free, just like with the Game Gear, which I forgot to mention, the DSi with its exclusive games are actually region locked. So if a game was released in Japan or America that you want to play for the DSi, you couldn't play them on this system. Yeah, which was a bit of a shame. It really, really was. Because I know there's Photo Showdown, which I'd love to play, and that was released in America and Japan only. No release over here. And I've heard a lot of good stuff about the game, and it was such a shame it's never released over here. Another thing that made this handheld different was the bottom of it. You notice there's no port on there. There's no Game Boy Advance compatibility for this machine. And the reason Nintendo took it out was to make it a lot more durable, and they didn't want it breaking on them, so that's why they took the port off. Which was a bit of a shame, but, you know what I mean, that's just how things go. A lot of people kind of a bit dismissed that they took that port off, but, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. So I just want to share my thoughts about this machine. So I remember when it came out back in April 2009, and I was really, really excited for it. I noticed there were so many adverts during March that year, and even though again it was still a Nintendo DS, I was really excited for the camera. And I remember thinking, wow, that's pretty cool, that. And I thought, I want to definitely get one of these someday. And I actually did get one back in 2010, and my thoughts about it were actually really, really good. It felt a lot different than the DS. You know, you had the whole menu system that was on the system, because the DS Lite or even the original DS didn't have that sort of stuff. and it definitely felt like an improvement from the DS Lite. And I just played so many great games on that, especially, the DS stuff. I did try out the DSi shop, and I only ever purchased one game on that, and that was Zelda 4 Swords Anniversary Edition, which is basically a Game Boy Advance part of Zelda 4 Swords. And it's actually a really, really good game, well worth playing. But the problem with it is, obviously, it's no longer on there because Nintendo released it for a certain amount of time, and then they brought it back in America, I think, like 3 or 4 years afterwards, and then it was, completely gone. So if you never purchased that game, you know what I mean, it's a bit of a shame, but at least you got the Game Boy Advance part, which is a nice thing. And that was really it then. I didn't really purchase a lot more DSi games until I got the 3DS, and there's a lot on there that are well worth playing, and that's really, really good. I think the DSi shop was a good thing, that Nintendo added to the DSi, made it a lot more enticing to consumers. Problem with it is it's no longer available. Nintendo took down the service in March of this year, March 31st, 2017, and none of the games are no longer available, which is a bit of a shame. But a bunch of those were actually transferred over to the 3DS eShop. So if you want to play some DSi games, at least you've got another option, which is nice. And a lot of people might say, well, I'd rather play it on the actual hardware, but, you know what I mean, it's no longer available unless you did purchase those years ago. You know what I mean? But that's just, the way it goes and stuff. The shop is still available on this, but the only thing you can download is the transfer feature. The transfer tool, if you want to transfer from a DSi to a 3DS. That's all that's available. So yeah, DSi, an interesting handheld made by Nintendo. Like I said, it sold a lot of units as usual. So yeah, DSi, a nice handheld, really, really comfy. And it was definitely a great stopgap for Nintendo to make before they made their next-gen handheld, the 3DS. But at least that library of games is living on the 3DS and the new 3DS. So at least that gives the DSi library a new home, which is a nice thing. So yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about that. Did you ever own a Nintendo DSi? Did you ever play any games on it? What were your thoughts about it? Did you like it? Did you not? I'd love to hear what you think about this handheld. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. My next video will be on Friday, another one with Alex Francis. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!